Once upon a time, the sun hung low in the sky, casting a golden hue over the rugged path that wound its way through the mountains. Two monks walked in serene silence, their sandaled feet treading lightly on the dusty trail. The senior monk, a venerable figure with years of wisdom etched in the lines of his face and a calm demeanor, led the way. His companion, a young monk full of youthful energy and eager to learn, walked with a spring in his step. Their destination was a remote mountain village known for its peace and tranquility, a place where they often visited to teach and meditate. As they approached a bend in the path, they saw a figure lying on the ground. It was a woman, exhausted and unable to move. Her clothes were dusty, and her breath came in shallow, labored gasps. It was clear she had been on the road for a long time and had no strength left to continue. The young monk, recalling the strict rules of their order, which forbade them from touching women, immediately averted his gaze and continued walking. The senior monk, however, paused. Without a moment's hesitation, he knelt beside the woman, his face full of compassion. Gently, he lifted her onto his back, and with steady steps, he carried her the rest of the way to the village. The young monk followed, his mind in turmoil. He couldn't understand why the senior monk would so openly disregard their monastic rules. The village was not far, and soon they reached the woman's home. Her family, seeing her state, rushed out to thank the senior monk, tears of gratitude in their eyes. The senior monk merely nodded, a kind smile on his lips, and once assured that the woman was safe, he turned to continue their journey. As they resumed their walk, the young monk could no longer contain his confusion. "Master," he began hesitantly, "we are taught not to touch women. It is against our rules. Why did you carry her?" The senior monk smiled, a serene expression that radiated wisdom and understanding. "Brother," he said gently, "I left the woman there, at her home, but you are still carrying her." The young monk frowned, not quite grasping the senior monk's meaning. "I don't understand, master." The senior monk stopped walking and turned to face the young monk. "Our rules are meant to guide us, not bind us. They teach us discipline and help us walk the path of righteousness. But they are not meant to make us blind to the suffering of others. The essence of our practice is compassion and kindness." In that moment, helping that woman was more important than adhering to a rule. He placed a hand on the young monk's shoulder. "By carrying her, I did what needed to be done to relieve her suffering. I let her go as soon as she was safe. But you, brother, have carried her in your mind all this time, questioning, judging. It is not the physical act that binds us, but the thoughts we hold on to. Let go of your doubts and judgments, and you will find peace." The young monk looked down, the weight of the senior monk's words sinking in. He realized that his inner turmoil was far greater than the simple act of kindness his master had shown. The lesson was clear. True adherence to their path was not in blind obedience, but in understanding the deeper principles of compassion and wisdom. They continued their journey in silence, but the silence was different now. It was not the silence of confusion, but of contemplation and newfound understanding. The young monk walked with a lighter heart. His respect for the senior monk deepened. He had learned a valuable lesson that day, one that would stay with him for the rest of his life. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows on the path ahead, the two monks walked on, side by side, their spirits in harmony with the world around them. And so, in the quiet of the mountains, the young monk began to understand the true essence of their journey, a journey not just of miles, but of the heart and soul.